So in today's lecture we are going to discuss a very important topic that is known as Brillouin zones. So to understand the Brillouin zones you have to know about your reciprocal lattice, what is your Wegener seed cell, and what is your Bragg's planes. So now this Brillouin zone is basically a Wegener seed cell in a reciprocal lattice. So if you know about Wegener seed cell, you can easily understand about a Brillouin zone. So since if I consider a direct lattice, a real plane, real space, so to construct your Wegener seed cell, I will consider a lattice point. I am considering this lattice point. From this lattice point, I will draw the line to your nearby lattice planes, which are nearest neighbors. So let us consider draw this plane, draw this line to this point, to this central atom, this plane, this atom to this atom. This is your real space, not reciprocal space. So now from this points to this line, I will draw a perpendicular bisector. This is perpendicular to this line, perpendicular bisector. Also to this, I will draw a perpendicular bisector. On this line, this will be perpendicular bisector. Also on this line. So now, so this region enclosed in this area is known as Wegener seed cell. This is known as Wegener seed cell. So this is your real space, yeah, or this is your direct lattice. So now if you consider this procedure in your reciprocal space, so therefore this same Wegener seed cell is known as your Brillouin zones. So now you have to know about your what is your reciprocal lattice and what is your Bragg planes. So I have also discussed your what is your reciprocal lattice and what is your Bragg planes. Now just quickly I will remind you what is your reciprocal lattice and what is your Ewald sphere and what is your Bragg plane. So now this is your Ewald sphere. This we have discussed in your previous lecture. So this is your reciprocal space. From here I will consider a point from which this is your incident plane and this is X-ray. So this is your point O. This will be your radius of this sphere, and we will draw a sphere known as Ewald sphere or Ewald circle by taking this origin point A. This A need not be a lattice point, and this is O. This is the origin of this lattice vector. So this circle or sphere will intersect a reciprocal lattice point in any point on this reciprocal lattice. So now I will draw a reciprocal lattice vector by taking this O this as origin. So this will be your reciprocal lattice vector. So now I will tell you what is the Bragg plane in this Ewald construction. So now I will draw a perpendicular bisector on this reciprocal lattice vector. So now this perpendicular bisector will be known as your Bragg plane. This is your Bragg plane. So now you can say that if I join another point, if I join this from this origin to this reciprocal lattice point, if I join this, so then if I draw a perpendicular bisector on this line, will this be Bragg plane? No, this will not be Bragg plane because this is not satisfying your Bragg's condition. So Bragg's plane will be the plane that will satisfy your Bragg's condition. So this will not be a Bragg plane. This will be the Bragg plane. So now we will consider a square lattice of side A. So now we will construct a Brillouin zone for this simple square lattice. So now the primitive translation vector for this square lattice will be a I, and b vector will be b j. So now corresponding to this square lattice we will have corresponding reciprocal lattice translation vector. So reciprocal lattice translational vectors will be a star will be 2 pi a I, and b star will be 2 pi b into j. So now what will be the your reciprocal translation vector? This will be g a star. This I have told you this before. This is k b star. This is two-dimensional. So h and k are the Miller indices of your that Miller planes. So if you put this value, so this will be 2 pi a I plus 2 pi a to j. So this will be 2 pi a I plus hi plus k. So here is also h, and this is k. This will be the reciprocal lattice vectors. So now if an X-ray is incident on this, then what will be the Bay vector for X-ray? So then Bay vector for X-ray will be kxi plus kyj. So now if X-ray is incident on the some lattice point of your square lattice, so then to X-ray diffraction happen, what will be the Bragg's condition will be satisfied. So now since in the reciprocal lattice your Bragg's condition is given as like this in the vector form. So to X-ray diffraction has to happen inside your square lattice, this condition should be satisfied. This is the Bragg's condition in reciprocal lattice, or Bragg's law in vector form. So this will be 2kj equal to minus g square. So now we will put the values of your k and g into this equation. So this is equation number 1, number 2, and this is equation number 3. By using equation 1, 2 and 3 we will get. So now by using equation 1 and 2 and 3 we get, so this will be the resulting equation. So by multiplying by using the dot product we will have this equation. So now by solving this equation, 4 will be cancelled, a will be cancelled, and pi will be cancelled in this equation. So now the resulting equation will be, h kx plus k ky equal to minus pi upon a h square plus k square. So as you can see from this equation number 4, so this equation number 4 represents your family of straight lines in your kx and ky plane. So now from here this equation we can find out the intercepts kx and ky. So now let us find out your intercept kx and ky from equation number 4. So thus these are the intercept kx and ky from this equation. So to find out the kx, ky will be 0, this will be 0, and k will be here, so this will be the kx intercept. And to find out the ky, kx will be 0, so this will be this, kx will be 0, so k will be here, so this will be this. So this is your intercept, these are equal. So these are your kx and ky. So if we take kx, sorry, if you take the value of h is equal to 0 and k is equal to plus minus 1, if h is equal to 0, so what will be k? K will be plus minus 1, and if k is equal to 0, your h will be plus minus 1. So now by using these conditions you can find out your values, that is kx will be, if k is equal to 0, if k is equal to 0, so what will be your h will be, suppose if you take h is equal to 1, so this will be 1, so this will be kx will be minus pi by a, and if you take h is equal to take minus 1, this will be plus 1, so kx will be plus minus pi by a. Similarly, if you take h is equal to 0, h is equal to 0 here, and k is equal to plus 1, k is equal to plus 1, this will be pi by a, minus pi by a, and if you take minus k is equal to minus 1, so this will be minus 1 will be here, and this will be plus pi by a. So therefore ky will be plus minus pi by a. So these are the values of kx and ky by using these conditions. So now apart from these conditions, there are also another conditions, which is your h is equal to plus minus 1 and k is also equal to plus minus. First in this will 0, there were plus minus 1, there will k is equal to 0, this h is equal to plus. Another from there will be another this condition, h is equal to plus minus 1 and k is also equal to plus minus. So by using these values into this equation, so you can have your, that is plus minus kx plus minus ky. I am putting these values into this equation. So this is h is equal to plus minus 1, so therefore this is kx, k is equal to plus minus 1, so this will be ky, and this will be putting the plus minus 1 will be square 1 1 2, so this will be plus, this will be 2 pi upon a. This will be the resulting equation. So now by finding out the intercept, so you will have kx is equal to plus minus 2 pi by a, this is kx intercept, and ky intercept will also equal to plus minus 2 pi a. So now you have these values, kx is equal to plus minus pi by a, ky is equal to plus minus pi by a, and another value kx is equal to plus minus 2 pi by a, and ky is equal to plus minus 2 pi by a. So now these two conditions will represent your first Brillouin zone, and these two equations, these two conditions will construct your second Brillouin zone. So now depending upon these conditions, there are 2 to 4 to 6 8, there will be 8 straight lines in the family of straight lines of kx and ky. So by using these conditions, I have constructed the various Brillouin zones in your reciprocal space. So these are your conditions for these straight lines, or these are in the intercepts for kx and ky in these for these different conditions. So now let us consider, if I consider this is as a center, so if I go along this direction, so this is the first bragg plane, so up to this first bragg plane, this region enclosed inside the first bragg plane is known as your first Brilliant zone. This is your first Brilliant zone. So since I'm not crossing your first Bragg plane, so this is the first Brilliant zone. So now region beyond your first Brilliant zone and your second first Bragg plane and second Bragg plane, this is your known as your second Brilliant zone. This will be second Brilliant zone. So now third Brilliant zone will be between the second Bragg plane and third Bragg plane. This will be third Brilliant zone. So now you can construct n number of Brilliant zones in your reciprocal lattice by using this method. So this is for a 2-dimension. So you can also incorporate your third dimension here. There will be L, K, Z and plus L square. This is for 2-dimension. There will be for 3-dimension, and we will consider that 3-dimension in your simple cubic lattice. So now we will construct a Brilliant zone for the simple cubic lattice. So in the previous article we have deduced for square lattice, that is for 2-dimensional, and this is for 3-dimensional. The procedure will be same, except the third dimension is added here. Since C vector is added here, there will be C star vector will be added here. So now your Wave vector for X-ray will be Kxi plus Kyj plus Kzk. This will be the wave vector for X-ray. So now, since if I complete this, so this will be G will be putting this value, this will be 2 pi A will be common, and this will be Hi plus Kj plus L K. This will be your translational vector for your reciprocal space. So now if I use your Bragg's law in vector form, this will be K vector dot G equal to minus G square. So now putting these value I will get. So now putting these values of K and G into this equation, we will have, this will be the dot product of this K and G, and this will be the square of this G vector. So now by solving this will be cancelled by this. There will be surviving factor will be minus pi by A. So now this represents the family of 6 planes. So now I will by similar method I will put the conditions for H is equal to 0, K is equal to 0, L is equal to plus minus 1. We will have your Kz putting into this equation, Kz. H will be 0, K will be 0, and L is equal to, as L is equal to plus minus 1. So Kz will be in terms of plus minus 1. L will be here. So this will be plus minus pi by A. So similarly for H is equal to 0, K is equal to plus minus 1, and L is equal to 0. So now we will find out your Ky. This will be cancelled, this will be plus minus 1, L will be, this will be 0, K will be plus minus 1, this will be plus minus 1. So Ky will be plus minus 1 pi by A. And for H is equal to 0, K is equal to 0, sorry, H is equal to plus minus 1, 0, L is equal to 0, we will have Kx putting into this will be plus minus pi by A. Put this is equation number 3. So these are the different equation. So now there will be another case where H is equal to plus minus 1, K is equal to plus minus 1, L is equal to plus minus 1. And so there input into this will be plus minus kx plus minus ky plus minus kz is equal to plus minus 2 pi by a, so 3 pi by a. There will be another condition for that. So from where we can construct a Brillouin zone for simple cubic lattice, and the first Brillouin zone will be the space occupied by putting these conditions, putting these lines will be the first Brillouin zone. So there is, in this respective case, the Brillouin zone will be a cube having its side equal to 2 pi by a. 2 pi by a factor comes from your reciprocal space. So now we will construct the Brillouin zone of BCC lattice. So these are the primitive translation vector in the direct lattice for Brillouin BCC lattice. So since we know that the reciprocal lattice to the your BCC is your FCC, so these are your reciprocal translation vector. So these are your FCC. So now according to the similar procedure, G is your H A star plus K B star plus L C star. Now we will put the values of A star and B star and C star into this. So therefore 2 pi A will be common. So therefore this will be H I plus J into plus, therefore your this will be K J plus K plus L K plus I. So now by solving this, you will multiply, so open this bracket and open this bracket, and rearranging by taking I common, J common and K common. So this will be H plus L into I plus your H plus K into J plus K plus L into K vector. I am skipping one step here, which is multiply this and this, multiply this and this, multiply this and this, and taking common factors of coefficients of I, J and K like this. So this is your values of G vector. So now, so what will be your Bay vector for incident X-ray? This will be KXI plus KYJ plus KZK. Similar procedure now to Bragg reflection to happen, we will have this condition, Bragg's law in vector form is equal to minus G square. Now putting the value of K and G into this equation, we will get, so now putting the equation number that is 1 and 2 into 3. So I have come across this result. So by solving this, I have come across this beautiful equation. So now similar procedure, I will put the value of H, K and L is equal to 0 and plus minus 1. I will have your corresponding equations. So now as for the similar process, putting the value of H is equal to 0, K is equal to 0, L is equal to plus minus 1 into this equation. In this equation number 4, we will have plus minus Kx plus minus Kz is equal to minus 2 pi by A into this equation. Similarly, by using these values, we will have these equations. So these are 4, 4, 8, 12. So these are 12 set of planes. So these equations represent the 12 sets of plane, and the region enclosed by these 12 sets of plane is your first Brillouin zone. So thus, by incorporating different values for different equations, we will form a Brillouin zone, and this first Brillouin zone is a regular rhombic dodecahedron. The first Brillouin zone will be of the shape of rhombic dodecahedron. Dodecahedron represents for 12. Dodec Dodeca means 12. Since these are 12 planes, so therefore this will be rhombic dodecahedron. So thus this similar process can be used for Brillouin zone of abscissa lattice, in which your primitive lattice vector will be a by 2 I plus j, a by 2 j plus k, and c will be a by 2 k plus I, because they are reciprocal to each other in the reciprocal space. So by using the similar method, we can reduce the value of abscissa lattice.